The storm in York that unveiled a hidden and unknown mystery. Can you imagine walking down the beach and encountering a massive warship? That's what happened in York, Maine, and you won't be able to believe what made it possible to see. Sometimes there's such a strong storm in the coast of southern Maine that it washes up the new and uncovers the old and historic features of the place. The most recent storm was so intense that 8 people ended up dead, and it excavated sand from the coastline of York's Short Sands Beach. What it revealed will leave you speechless. When it was finally safe to go out, the people of Maine encountered nothing less than the hull of a Revolutionary War-era ship, just there as a skull of the past. The rusty old thing was sitting there, showing glances of the past and of what happened there way before us, in more difficult times than those living in York today. The remaining planks of the ship were propounding from the sand like the ribs of a starving dog. The beach where it was discovered rests about 20 yards from a parking lot that's located close to the shoreline. A detective from the York Police Department called Matthew J. Salsina saw the ship and snapped a photo that blends the old and the new in an almost poetic way. You can see the warship with hotels and snow-capped houses in the background. It seems that this is not the first time that this ship has made an epic entrance. According to the department, this is almost a local landmark that always shows up after devastating storms. Storms have been the best friends of archaeologists for a very long time because they're a natural way for uncovering the past and showing what we can't see in plain sight. Years and years have passed, and each time people around get to see a little bit more of the wreckage, making it a cruciating process to hypothesize or find out whose it was and to know anything about its history. The ship was seen for the first time in 1958. The date is made possible to theorize about its origins. 2 decades later, another storm made it possible to see more of the ship. Based on the type of construction, marine archaeologist Warren Reese hypothesized that the vessel's a sloop of about Revolutionary War age. Sharon Cummins wrote for Seacoast Online. The same thing happened in 2003, always showing a little more of its characteristics, like a well-reserved secret that you need years to unveil. The old relic infrequently appears, adding to its mystique, Cummins wrote in 2013. Each time, roughly once every decade or two, new maritime history buffs are born. It seems that the warship was a classic sloop which played a vital role in the early age of the Continental Navy. The ships were armed with cannons and swivel guns and also harassed Royal Navy ships that had the job of delivering supplies. These boats could carry more than 18 guns above, and they were trendy between the 18th and 19th century. Perhaps the most famous sloop was the HMS Resolution, in which Captain James Hook made his 2nd and 3rd Pacific voyages. This was not a purpose-built naval sloop, but was a former merchant collier purchased by the Royal Navy and adapted for exploration purposes. Another one of these famous sloops was called the Success. It was involved in one of the first battles of the war on May 14, 1775. On it, Captain Nathaniel Pope and Captain Daniels Edgery led a force with the aim of capturing 2 other British sloops and their crews. These kind of stories make the people in York eager to know about the history of their sloop, but this has proven to be a complicated process. After people saw the sloop in Maine for the first time, the Maine Historic Preservation Commission declared it an archaeological site. But the extensive research did not throw any light in knowing if this is an American sloop. What is this sloop hiding, and why can't we find any records of it yet? There's no clue about its captain or crew, or how it ended somehow in the depths of the cold Maine waters. It could even be a hapless Royal Navy vessel, the victim of a rare colonial victory. ME 497-004 will remain a secret for many on the site and all over the globe until the next big storm comes.